Good morning, Joslyn Center fans and Facebook Live friends. We are back today with episode 23-ish of the Joslyn Variety Show. We are going to do a quick warm-up with Veronica, as usual, and then Susan is back to go over some brain health important information with us. So get ready for your warm-up if you've got your chair, and stay tuned to learn something from Susan.
Thank you, Rebecca. Hi, everyone. Okay, so we're just going to get our blood flowing a little bit, get some oxygen in our brain, and then we're going to learn some things. So right now, let's start with our march. Go ahead and just lift your feet up off the ground, get your knees raising. I don't plan on using the chair today. It's going to be a few minutes, but remember, if you want to sit down and march on the chair, you're doing what you need to do for yourself. So listen to your body. Okay. And let's appreciate how good of an exercise marching in place is, because again, we're shifting our weight, we're increasing our breathing, we're practicing our coordination, and getting ourselves warmed up. Okay, just relax the joints in your wrist, pump your arms. Okay, just a little bit side to side. So I may be going a little fast right off the bat. If you have music on, you may be tapping to your music. You can always slow it down. Okay, good. Okay, so let's stand with our feet about hip width apart. And just a nice strong stance. Knees are bent just a little bit, and we're going to do some waves, just like in calisthenics, just waving, and you're just moving from your waist up. Your legs are your foundation, they're not moving. And reaching and waving. Side to side, we're not twisting at all, we're just going side to side. Okay, now we're going to do some breaststroke. Ready? Swim out. Right to the deep end. Swim out, and just feel that in your shoulders too. It's so relaxing. And try to keep your shoulders down so you don't come up like this. Always keep your neck free. Good. Okay. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to the side. Really reach out, and notice how your lower body is not moving. It's your strong foundation. Let's do a couple more. It's a little different move for the shoulder, and then back, and back, back, and back. Okay, now next to your chair, we're going to do knee lifts and some leg lifts. So we just count to 4. We're just going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you're behind your chair a little bit, legs to the side. 2, 3, 4. Now to the back. So we got our legs straight, maybe just a little bend in the knees. Go up and the knee lift again. 2, 3, 4. To the side. 3, 4. Back. 2, 3. And let's do the hamstrings now. Ready? Try and sort of kick yourself. So your knees stay pointed down. Let's keep doing this. We're just kicking, so we're exercising our hamstrings. Okay, now we're going to turn back to the front and just go through that again. Let's start with our arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4, and now our lower body. 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the side, like a pendulum. And now back, 2, 3, 4, and now hamstrings. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let's just finish up with some marching. I think we have a good warm up now. We got some blood flowing, got oxygen in our brain, feeling good, and then we can go right into doing some learning. So that's it for today, everyone. Enjoy Susan's workshop today.
Thank you so much, Veronica. All right, so we are going to go across the room here so we can learn something from Susan, because this is the perfect time to learn things while you're home. Give me just a second. I'm going to get Susan hooked up to the microphone so you guys can hear her. If let me choose that. Thanks. Oh no. That was like the head that came off. There you go.
Okay, I'm new to this microphone, but this is great. Good morning. Hello, everyone. So my name is Susan Chinsky, and I work at the Wellness Center, and I teach classes, and I do one-on-one individual sessions with people. So some of the classes are grief recovery, and that's an 8-week course. And also one of them is Aging Mastery. It's a 5-week course, and we have different speakers that come in and talk. Another one's Brain Boot Camp, which is a 2-week course. It's 6 hours. And then one-on-one therapy. You can come see me for problem-solving issues. So right now, I was going to talk about Brain Boot Camp a little bit, or just brain things. Because a lot of times in class, people ask me, I'm doing Sudoku or I'm doing Scrabble, is that enough for my brain? And my answer used to be yes. But I have found out that no, it's just like doing one of those exercises. It's just like doing one exercise for your arms and expecting your legs to get strong. So I've broken down the brain in a few different categories, and we'll talk about each one and what the different brain categories and what the exercises you need to do for those brains. So how I found out was this book, The End of Mental Illness by Dr. Daniel Amen. And it really doesn't do a lot. It does talk about mental illness, but it talks about so much more. So it talks more about the brain and new science, what they've found out lately. So here's my information at the Joslyn Wellness Center. If you need to talk to me, want to talk to me, there's my email or the general phone number, and you can ask for my extension. Or if you're interested in taking the Brain Boot Camp, we're trying to get a class together right now. You can talk to Veronica and she can sign you up. We want to get that going in the next few weeks, and that'll be online. So that's what we're doing here. And so we'll go forward with my presentation. And Daniel Amen says, new learning establishes new connections. And if the parts of your brain that you don't use will grow, or the part of the brain that you do use will grow, and the part of the brain that you do not use will shrink or atrophy. So we want to use all of the brain. We just don't want to use one thing. So I'm going to show you the different things. So the next one is, let's talk about the brain. So the prefrontal cortex is the front of your brain here. The parietal lobe is up here. And then the basal ganglia is right kind of over your ear, like in that spot right there. Your cerebellum is underneath your head right there. And the temporal lobe goes from here to here. So you can see that there's lots of different parts of your brain. And if you're only doing one type of exercise, such as Sudoku, or you're doing word games or something, you're only using part of it. So I'm going to show you what you can do for all of it. And here's a picture of your brain. And also the occipital lobe in this one is the back here, and that is for visual processing centers. So that's a real important one too. So the prefrontal cortex is the frontal lobe, and that's good for problem solving, judgment, motor functioning. Okay, great. Language games are really good, and there's where your Scrabble comes in. Your bogey or boggle, which I've never heard of, but I guess you have, Rebecca, right? Great. Words with Friends, I think that's on where you play with your phone. Crossword puzzles, we all know what those are. And speech and debate classes, they said in college, I guess it doesn't count if you're sitting with your friends and you're debating something. But I think that kind of does. But strategy games such as chess, Rail Baron, Axis, and Allies, and Bulkus. I'm not sure what those games are, but Bacchus? Bacchus. Rebecca knows them all, so I guess it's for the younger generation.
Rebecca loves games.
Oh, okay. So all those games help your prefrontal cortex. So The next one is the parietal lobe, and that's the sensation. That's when you handwrite. That's your body position. So some good things for that are math games. There's your math game, Sudoku. Your juggling. Now, juggling's really good because it works with your occipital lobe, which is your eyes, and your cerebellum, which is down here. So that kind of two categories. But juggling's really hard. I don't know if you guys have tried it lately. I kind of have. Golf is great even for novices. People, as long as you're just out there swinging, because I think it's that coordination that's really good for your brain. And then map reading without a GPS device. Now, not that many people do that, but you do remember reading a map. You open it up and look where you are. I still like maps. Okay, the next one is your ganglia, basal ganglia. I'm like, okay. So, and that's your coordination, your messages between multiple other brain areas. So what's good for that balancing, now that would be really good. We do have a balancing class here, so if you have a problem with balancing, you may want to take it when we open up. Veronica does a lot of things that are balancing, or just even try to stand on one foot. That would be good for balancing. Synchronizing arms and legs, again, that was good. I think Veronica did a lot of that today. That was great. And manipulating props like ropes and balls. So if you play ball with your grandkids, if you jump rope, I don't know who's done that lately, but those are all really great for your brain and for your basal ganglia. The next one is your cerebellum, and that's your coordination and balance. So coordination games like table tennis. Table tennis is actually a really good game because it also involves a prefrontal cortex. So you're moving your arms across your body, and that's really good because you're moving across the axis of your body. So table tennis is really good for you. Dancing, especially if you're learning new dance steps, that's really good. Yoga, Tai Chi, and basketball. Okay, I don't think we're playing basketball lately, but if you are, great. Yoga, I know we have a chair yoga class here. Hopefully when we open, it'll be back. We have a Tai Chi woman who's great. People love that class. So all that type of movement is just really good for your cerebellum. The next one is your temporal lobe, and that's your hearing and your memory. Or your memory, yeah. And it's memory games. So memory games memorize a poem or prose, and that increases the hippocampus site also. But if you probably in school, you may have had to remember a poem or something in drama class. All that's really good for your memory. So that's good for your temporal lobe. Now, some of the things, if you go to, this is Brain HQ, and it's a website where you can actually play different games. And it has 24 brain training games, and they're organized into 6 categories. So they're organized into attention, brain speed, memory, people skills, intelligence, and navigation. And Brain HQ contains exercises that have shown to generalize to create improvements in cognitive beyond the exercise, which means you can think faster, focus better, and remember more in your everyday life. And they did a study they've had over 100 published studies, and the majority of adults were over 65. So this is like really good. It's just a game you can play. There's different games. You can actually, you could sign up for it, and if you don't pay, they give you 3 games that you can play free. If you sign up, you can sign up for a year. It's not too expensive. It's fun and it's good. And they find that it goes into other things. It'll help you with your everyday life. Actually, they give you 1 game free. It's the next one that they give you 3 free games. So that's Brain HQ, and there's lots of background, lots of research on that one. So the next one is Luminosity. And Luminosity trains your cognitive abilities. It combines diverse disciplines, and they've worked with 100 researchers around the world to develop and design the games to challenge your cognitive ability. And it keeps brain fun and challenging. And it also, the cognitive training is speed, memory, attention, flexibility, problem solving, math, and language. So that, if you sign up, gives you 3 free games. If you sign up, you can get more games. And it's a lot of fun to do. There's just fun and different things. I think both of them are great if you just want to do something and go sign up, try it. And now's a great time because you're home. So go ahead, sign up for either one, sign up for both, see which one you like. Maybe pay for it for a year or so and do it and see. It'll help you all around in your brain. And that's what we want. So how to exercise your entire brain is, to summarize this, is language using words, math, exercise, which was balancing, and exercise coordination, so they're 2 different ones, and memory. And so we have some exercises to use each one. The first one is a word scramble, so we're using that words. So here's a few words and see if you can figure out how to unscramble them. I'll give you a few minutes. Are you finding it a little difficult? Are you doing it? The last 2 are hard. Okay. So if the last 2 are a little hard, sometimes if you have a double consonant, put them together and see if that helps you. And then maybe put Y at the end. So did you get that? PPY? So then you have 2 other.
I was trying to put the P and the H together.
Oh, okay, which is another good, yeah. That's another good way. And the last one is, I'll give you a hint, it's center, because I thought for Joslyn, center. So that's the last one. So math is the next thing for your brain. So 3, 6, blank, 12. Got it. So you got 3. Oh, I probably should give you the other words. So the first word was flat. Second word was nose. The third word was relax. And then happy and center. So the math, 3, 6, 9, 12. Then 7, 14. So 7 times 2 is 14. 14 times 2, or no, it's plus. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 plus 7 is 28. Did you get that one? The next one is 4, 6, 10. So if you say 4 plus 6 equals 10, 10 plus 6 equals 16, 10 plus 16 equals 26. So you kept adding the previous number to the new number. Did you all get that? And the last one's a little more hard. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 times 2 is 36. 36 times 2 is 72, sorry. 72 times 2 is 144. That one was a little harder. Just seeing who's paying attention, testing out there. Okay, so the balance or synchronicity movements, those were if you stand on one leg, you swing your arms in marching. So those were some of the exercises if you saw Veronica doing. All those was coordination, balancing. The next one was, or synchronizing movements. The next one was coordination. So that's like dance steps, slow movements, Tai Chi, yoga is in there. So some coordinating movements that you're just moving, coordinating. And dance steps are great, especially if you learn new dance steps. That's great. And actually, you probably, I know some of the places in LA have where you can go to their websites and you can take free classes on different dances and exercise things. So they probably have stuff on YouTube also. So I would suggest doing something like that. It's fun. No one will know you're a jazz dancer. You'll come out of this doing jazz great, or tap dance or something fun. And I know we have tap dance classes here, which are great. So you can do that. And memory games like Go Fish, learning names. So Go Fish, I'm sure you all know how to play it, and you've played it with your grandkids, maybe your kids. You know, you put down all the cards, and then you pick 2 cards and see if you try to match them. So you're memorizing where they are on the board, which is great for your memory. If you go into a store, you learn people's names, or even newscasters or people on the internet or TV, you learn their names. What are their names? Did you remember it at lunch? Did you remember it at dinner? So try to play little things like that. So if you need help or you want to talk to me more about the brain and the games or any of the stuff we've talked about, you want me to help you make a program so you don't have to use the internet, you can just use games, you know, that you can buy books on, maybe Sudoku books or word books or anything. You can come see me. I'm at the Joslyn Wellness Center, and again, I'm Susan Chinsky, and I hope you guys are staying safe and staying home and getting your exercise done, your brain and your body. Thanks.
Thanks, Susan. And don't forget, guys, if you want to practice chair yoga, we have videos from our very own Cheryl. They are on our YouTube channel, and we share them to our Facebook page as well. So if you scroll down a little ways on our Facebook page, you're sure to find one of those videos. I think we have 4 up from her currently. They're free to watch on YouTube, and they will help you with some of your exercises at home. So that's all we've got for today. Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Veronica. We will see you guys tomorrow. Paul will be back to do a development update. So, see you in the morning.